What's going on, Flix Talkers? Welcome back to Flix Talk Podcast. Now we have a very special guest, my amazing girlfriend Laura, and we wanted to do this kind of a dual podcast for you guys review because we don't see too many date movies. I mean, the last one we did was Crazy Rich Asians, and then I feel like we did one before that, Searching.
Oh, and then the Jennifer Garner movie too, but that was like a long time ago.
Oh yeah, that was
What's her
Peppermint.
name? Yeah,
Peppermint.
Yeah.
Yeah, Peppermint. That one was actually pretty cool,
Yeah, that
even
was
though it didn't
cool.
get like really good reviews.
No.
But we're back for this one, and I was letting people know, if you guys checked out the non-spoiler review for The Intruder, that we had a quick little vacation in San Diego. We needed to get away for a couple of days, but it was like gloomy, and there was a couple of there was an afternoon where it was sprinkling a bit, and we wanted to get indoors and just kill a couple of hours. And man, did we kill a couple of hours with this movie. So
2 hours we'll never get back.
Right? So, yeah, damn near. So, before we get into the movie, we saw the trailer a couple months ago, right?
Yeah, we saw the trailer, and then I love intrusion.
Invasion movies.
Invasion. I like invasion movies.
Yeah.
And just sorry, our cat just dropped down.
Cat mom.
So I really was intrigued by the trailer, and I wanted to check it out. So I told him, I said, we need to go see this movie because it's right up my alley. And we did.
Yeah.
We saw it
And one thing I
yesterday.
forgot to tell you was that I got vibes of that movie Traffic. Remember Remember the one we saw last year, where it had that girl?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
And then she,
So she finds out that her friend's getting trafficked, right? They're in like the same area as like
Okay.
human traffickers, right?
Okay, I get that. I got that vibe now.
So
now
come
that
to
you
find out,
mention that.
the director is the same guy that did this.
Oh wow.
So it's more or less like he's into like woodsy movies apparently, because he did that. He did the Lakeview Terrace, which I was the one I was talking about.
Yeah.
Where it always seems to be like a conflict between these two couples. So this is what was going on. So real quick rundown, guys, of The Intruder. If you guys, if you guys have seen it, I mean, quick rundown plot wise is a couple. They move from the city to Napa Valley.
Yeah.
Okay.
Famous for their wine fields and wine.
So they just wanted a change of pace and a different lifestyle, and he ends up like dropping. What does this guy do again? I forgot the boyfriend.
Oh, he's like a marketing director, I think.
Yeah,
A
Scott.
creative marketing
Is it
director.
Scott?
Yeah,
I
Scott.
totally forget the names, but it's Michael Ely. Ely.
I think it's Ely.
Yeah, his name is Scott Russell.
Yeah, so
and
he works for like he's like top of the business. I
yeah,
think.
this firm, and he's just closing deals left and right, and they're celebrating at the beginning. And one thing I forgot to mention in the spoiler-free review is that it has Tommy from Power.
Oh my gosh, Tommy.
We watch
yes.
we watch Power on Stars. We've been watching it forever, and it has this character of Tommy. I totally forget his name, and I'm gonna like Joseph.
I forget too. I'm really
Joseph
bad.
Sikora. He plays Mike. He plays Mike, but he still has a little bit of that city accent in this one. It's kind of hard to shake that
I
Tommy
think now
persona.
that I see him in anything that he plays, I always think of Tommy.
Tommy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
it's
automatically
that's
know.
just who he is. But hopefully he can get into more movies because I would love to see him
Branch out.
branch out and do more roles.
Yeah,
I
so-
really do like his characters.
So he works alongside of Scott's character. Anyways, they close a deal. They make a purchase on this house that's freaking gorgeous.
It's like a $3.3 million house.
Yeah, something like that, and it's just amazing.
It's a dream house.
It's crazy big, and I mean, it's owned by Dennis Quaid's character. It was like his wife, and then I think he said he had 2 kids. But this is like a house for like at least like 8 people.
Oh yeah.
It was incredible. He's looking to pretty much retire. He said his wife has died from cancer. 2 months previous. We find out later. Well, I guess we'll talk about it in a little bit. But she doesn't die of cancer. So anyways, he just won't leave this couple alone.
No.
He won't leave the couple alone after he sells them the house. And that's where we get the whole intruder factor of this movie. He plays the creepy neighbor that just won't give up. And then he starts
I would be so annoyed if that was to happen. If we spent so much money on a house and then the original owner didn't leave the property and kept coming back.
And we've had some crazy neighbors already. We've had some crazy neighbors.
Oh no.
I mean, we won't get too personal, but we've had some neighbors that are, a couple of, I'm not going to say. We didn't interact with them, but I've seen some crazy neighbor nature stuff going on.
Maybe a few neighbors down.
Don't worry, they're not going to see this.
I know.
They're not going to see it.
No, we are.
Anyway, so, that's the conflict they're dealing with, and it just keeps getting crazier and creepier, and then Dennis Quaid pretty much starts...
Dennis Quaid is here. Have you seen that Ellen DeGeneres segment? Where
No. What is that?
She makes him.
What was that? I don't even know what that was.
Okay, so a few days ago, we sent Dennis Quaid over to the Starbucks, and I put a device in his ear so he could hear me. Dennis Quaid is here! Say it loud.
Dennis Quaid is here!
Dennis Quaid is here.
Really?
Yeah,
gotta
so
look it up.
that's all I.
We got to look it up
remember.
after. Yeah, but Dennis Quaid, I actually really enjoyed the fact that he was in this
He
movie
was good.
because
I liked his character.
yeah, I thought he's always been a really good
Creepy Charlie.
yeah, good actor. Plays a really creepy neighbor in this one. Well, not a neighbor, but creepy intruder that won't let go of his old house.
Yeah.
And Meagan Good
Did.
did a really good job in this movie. As far as I haven't seen her in a lot of things though. What was she?
Oh, she was like in a Nickelodeon show like more
Yeah.
than 15 years ago.
A long time ago.
Don't remember what
and
it
kind of
was called.
like hit or miss movies. Like
Yeah.
I kind of want to say Roll Bounce. Was she in Roll Bounce? Or
I don't even
it was
know what
that
that
one
is.
with Bow Wow, Little Bow Wow. She hasn't seen it, but I'm pretty sure it was like Roll Bounce, or like one of those type of movies. Not ATL, but it's like kind of like a movie similar to that.
Yeah.
And then this Michael Ealy guy, I have not seen him.
She was in the famous Jet Jackson, I think. Don't quote me on that, but I think she was.
I don't even know what that is. I don't know what that is. I was gonna say Cousin Skeeter.
Oh wait,
I
yeah,
thought-
she was in Cousin Skeeter.
Skeeter?
I think
Okay,
so.
I thought she was in
yeah.
Cousin Skeeter from Nickelodeon. So, anyways, guys, I thought they did a really good job as far as acting. This Michael Ealy guy, I don't know him from too much.
Yeah.
He kind of played that guy that, and I was talking about it in my free review, is that he's definitely a city boy. So him going from that to
like
like
a
this,
more-
more rural area.
I can never say that word, by the way. So I'm
Yeah,
glad you
rural
said it.
area. And he's like, and she's like trying to always, have him do like clean up around the house. And he's like, I don't do that. I'll have
Just
someone
trying
else
to
do
make
it.
him more of a
More like a
hands-on
man.
type guy. So my
Quote,
question
manly man,
is,
yeah.
if we were to move into a house, would you be a hands-on, like,
I think I would.
get your hands dirty type of
I think I
guy?
would.
Okay.
Especially the past few years, I've been working in a warehouse as my day job, guys. Just a side note, and I've been really hands on. And like my previous jobs were more retail, so I was like totally the city boy. I guess you can call me from that. Now we're jumping into the rural
yeah.
David of this side. But no, I thought the trailer really was misleading because
the trailer outshined
the actual
the
movie
actual
performance.
movie. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think before we get into the dislikes, let's get into some of our likes. So I think some of the likes for me definitely was the acting, the atmosphere of everything, like I don't know, what is it, a mansion? Would you consider that a mansion? It's just like a big,
Yeah.
it's a big house in the
Yeah.
woods. It's a big house in the woods. I mean, it's over $3 million. And that looked really aesthetically pleasing. The woods were very, very creepy. And I didn't notice too much creepy music until like the end, right when he started
right in the
like
end.
intruding.
Yeah.
When he started intruding and started getting really crazy with the music. But
yeah.
that's what I liked the most of it.
Yeah, I
from
have
it.
to agree. I think the acting was great. I really like Dennis Quaid's character and Meagan Good's character as well, because I haven't seen her in a recent film, so it was a little bit refreshing seeing her face on the big screen.
It was believable for sure.
Yeah.
From them, yeah. Yeah, and then one thing I noticed too is that I was like, why did she cut her hair? But then I remembered, well, you haven't seen it, but in Shazam, she has a small little part at the end, and she has her hair cut as well.
Yeah.
But
I feel like having her hair short made her character a little more believable than, I don't want to say like a pretty girl character,
like more of a tough.
but more of like a badass, like,
Because
yeah.
well, they do talk about that she's like from Georgia or something. No, in I think it might have been Indiana or somewhere like a small. She says she's like a small town girl, so she's like opposite of of her husband's character. That's pretty much it for the likes. It didn't get into the suspense part of it. It really was really slow paced. Like
Yeah,
I was talking about how people
falling
were like,
asleep a little bit.
Yeah, people were some lady was like, oh, like yawned really big behind me, and I was like,
Well-
Jesus Christ.
Well, and you know how sometimes when you're at the movies and you really don't want to use the bathroom even though you have to? I was okay using the bathroom in this movie. Like, I was like, I'll be back.
I was like, don't worry, I'll tell you what happened if
Yeah.
if anything. So I mean, you get all those creepiness factors, and then it starts off. At first, I didn't know that he was gonna go after Meagan Good's character.
No,
Yeah,
that was a
kind of the
surprise
twist.
to us. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was a twist for me. I thought he was just like, I'm not letting this house go. Pretty
of
much
deal.
just terrorize the new people. But then when they started
find
unraveling all the other twists and
Yeah.
really getting to know deeper into his character's past, that's when I was like, oh my God, this guy has issues.
Yeah, we find out it looks like he killed his wife.
Yeah.
Why did he kill his wife, by the way?
She was
was
asking
in
for a divorce.
Oh, that's what it
and
was. Yeah,
he
yeah.
didn't want, she, I guess, threatened
want
to take the house from him.
That's what it was.
And because he's so obsessed with his property and everything he put into it,
Yeah.
he made it seem like she committed suicide, which
Yeah,
is really scary.
And I guess she couldn't fight back because she was like in the cancer. Did she have cancer or no?
No, I think that was a story. Or maybe, oh shoot, we're really bad movie watchers.
Well, either way, she's sitting down and he puts like a shotgun to her chin. But I was like thinking, if she wasn't sick, then how did she allow him to do that?
Oh.
Without fighting back?
No. But I think he tied her to a chair, and
Oh, is
then
that
it
what it was?
made and then he put the gun right here, and then
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was the ultimate twist that we got, guys, and that was actually told to Scott by like a local neighbor. He goes, "Hey, you're the guy that bought the new house, right? Did you hear about the story?" And then he starts telling, and then I'm like, "Okay, now we're getting the creepy territory here."
And then he researches more. I think Tommy's character hires
Mike,
someone to do some research, background check, and he found out that his daughter, Dennis Quaid's daughter, changed her name.
Oh yeah, she didn't want to be
Changed her
associated
name.
with
She
him
didn't
at
want
all
to be associated with him at all. So
because she believed that she was like, he killed my mom. For sure.
Yeah.
So he pretty much got away with murder, and only we found out he's like it was in debt, and then like, he had all this like
millions
money,
of dollars in debt, filed
Yeah.
for bankruptcy.
all this. He was a scumbag basically,
Yeah.
and he let his life go to shit. And
So he wanted to kind of regain all of that
Back.
by killing off Michael Ealy's character.
Yeah, exactly. I'm glad you can say Ely because I keep saying Ellie.
Well, maybe
Ellie.
it is Ellie. I don't know. I think
Ely
it's
looks.
Ely.
Ely actually looks.
Michael Ealy rolls off the tongue. You know
Right,
what I'm
right,
saying?
there
Oh, speaking of tongues. Ugh.
What? Oh yeah. So let me.
Oh my god.
So there is a scene, guys, in this where we find out that he's not only out to take his house back, but he's actually over there to replace his wife with Meagan
Yeah.
Good's character. Michael Ealy's character is in the hospital at this point of the third act, and he slams her face against like the refrigerator.
the refrigerator.
Which
Yeah,
knocks
so she
her
knocks
out.
her out.
He carries her up to the bed. He throws it over his shoulder. He's ripped, by the way. So I'm glad they kind of
yeah.
they made him. The casting for this was good because even though he's an older gentleman, like he is pretty ripped for maybe like in his late 50s. So he throws it over his shoulder, goes to the bed, and then I don't know why he did this, but at first I thought he was gonna rape her. He started lifting up her shirt and then licking her like stomach.
That was gross. I'm sorry. That was like so creepy. Creepy Charlie, back at it again.
And by the way, Dennis Quaid's creepy face is
Oh
in
my
this
god.
movie.
Okay, I got Jack Nicholson Shining vibes when he broke through the door and
Oh,
then
yeah.
like his face
I
just
think
like
that
popped
was-
through. I think that they
that
meant
was
to do that.
Yeah, that was an homage for sure.
But Dennis Quaid actually, like, I have to hand it to him. He plays one creepy character.
Oh my god. There is a shower scene.
Oh, yeah.
So
Oh,
Meagan
yeah.
Good's taking a shower. She has the door open a crack, and
This is his face going.
That's his creepy face. Actually, let's get that up. He looks pretty much like that, guys. He looks pretty much like that. And then he starts taking off his clothes.
Oh yeah, he like ripped off his shirt and then
And I
like he
was-
started sweating profusely and I
Yeah.
was like, oh my god.
Is he gonna try to get in the shower with Meagan Good and she's just gonna like be with it or something? It was so weird.
Yeah.
It got really creepy, but anyways, he was like sniffing her and he was doing all these things like he wanted a replacement wife, basically, is what it was, and a replacement wife and life, right?
Wife and life. Happy. He kept saying, "Happy wife, happy life."
Oh,
So
yeah,
what do
he
you think
kept
about
saying
that, huh?
All right. Hey, you haven't been happy so far?
I'm
Oh,
very
she almost said no.
I'm very happy. I'm very happy.
All right,
But,
all right.
but you know.
But yeah, so we ended up. I mean, what did you think about this movie overall? Because I mean, the third act is where
So
all
are
the
we
intensity
rating
happening.
it? Are we rating it?
Would you want to talk about how the ending? How it? So of course, guys, like anything. Oh, the director of this movie directed "Obsessed" with Beyonce. By the way.
Okay, I've never seen that movie.
Really?
Well, I've seen snippets of it. That's with Ali Larder or Ali.
I
Larder?
believe so.
Yeah, she's the blonde
Yeah,
lady.
yeah. So they're like going at it,
Yeah.
clashing. It's very like that, almost like an Extreme Lifetime movie,
Yeah.
guys. But
I didn't mind it so much, but I feel like in these films, especially nowadays, they always have to throw in that token love scene, and I'm not a prude by any means, but I just feel like it was a little out of place.
Oh, the cliche.
Yeah, it's just like cliche. It's very
Yeah.
like, the R&B music starts playing, and then like, you see
Yeah.
them getting all into it, which is fine. It's fine, but I feel like for this type of movie, like it could have gone without.
Yeah.
Maybe be a little more creative with your storyline and make it so that you don't have to go there. I
go
guess.
there,
I mean, because I get kind of bored. It's like, all right, we've seen it all before. Like
It felt like
come
very like
on.
2000
Yeah,
vibe.
yeah. I just didn't feel like
Yeah.
I felt like they could have done so much more with it than they did. But that's just my
for
2
sure.
cents.
And then ultimately, she jumps on his back, and I was kind of like, I remember I went back to the trailer because actually, I don't know if you remember in the trailer, she actually jumps on the back, and they show her about to stab him.
Oh.
So I kind of knew that scene was already going to happen.
Okay.
So she does end up stabbing him in the back, and then the boyfriend, starts acting like the tough guy. He gets a shotgun and shoots him, blows his head off, and then I thought it couldn't get any more cookie cutter. It goes from a shotgun blast
like,
to
the
his face
ending.
to like this rap music,
Yeah,
like blaring.
that was unnecessary too. I don't think that.
And I was just like, really, that's it? Like, I understand those little cool endings. Almost like if you guys have seen A Quiet Place when it shows Emily Blunt and you see all the monsters running towards her and she has a shotgun and she goes, chick, and it just ends like that. That was a more subtle pace than going from that to like rap music blasting and just showing credit. Because it was very
I
cookie
almost
cutter.
felt like I was watching like a Fast and the Furious ending where
Oh,
they have like
very.
they blast the music like that, which is appropriate for that kind of movie.
Yeah.
But for an intruder movie, I don't think that you need that
No.
music. You kind of want it just like you want to leave the movie theater feeling
Like
like
a
that
creepy
eerie
vibe. Creepy vibe.
feeling and like,
Yeah.
ooh, I'm almost afraid to go home because is there like a creepy Charlie outside my window?
Yeah,
Like-
but I think even adding more element to it was we found out that he had like an entrance where he could remember he was staying underneath the house. or
Oh
something?
yeah, that was
So,
really scary.
Yeah, we found out that he was like as they were sleeping, just like breaking into their house. But we were like, how is he doing this? They changed the locks,
Yeah.
everything. Come to find out, he had like a hidden door behind like
linen
one of the
closet.
cabinet. Yeah, linen
Yeah.
closet. The door opened up, and then once I saw that, I was like, holy shit! I better start checking out my
I
doors
feel
when
like
I get
there was
home.
another movie like this too, where they had like a hidden passageway and
People Under the Stairs.
I don't know, maybe.
It's an old Stephen King movie. But anyways, yeah, that element was like really creepy because it felt like you felt like that could happen to anybody
Yeah.
really. If you buy a new house, you don't know what's in the walls or what could be
Right.
placed there already. But overall, I mean, in my spoiler-free review, I said I gave it like a 6 out of 10.
I feel
Like a one and done, just
Yeah.
movie. Maybe watch it at home, type of
well,
movie.
that's what I was gonna say. I feel like this type of movie could have done well on Lifetime or not Hallmark because I don't think they do those kind of movies, but Lifetime for sure. I got Lifetime feels, vibes from this. So I would probably give it a 6 or 6.5 too.
Okay.
Yeah,
So just kind of
I'm
like
on
a
the same.
like a whatever
same
movie.
level as
But for
you.
sure, being like a theater, I mean, even though we had recliner chairs, it was still like.
They were retro recliner too. They were like red.
What is retro recliner? I don't know
They
what
didn't
that
look
was.
like lazy boy chairs.
Oh,
Like,
there were recliners that went all the way back,
those
guys.
are comfortable actually.
They went back like beds,
But
like
it
it was
was-
crazy.
yeah.
But I mean, I guess maybe I got a little too comfortable, but it was kind
Yeah.
of boring. It was boring up until like the last 20-30 minutes, guys.
Right.
We'll just say that. But yeah, that's our
Yeah,
review.
but it's a good movie. So if you get a chance to, well, it's good in the sense where you can just watch it at home. So
It's a good 6.5 movie.
It's a good 6.5 movie.
Yeah, I would
If
say
you
wait
want-
for the.
Yeah, just wait for streaming.
Yeah, wait for it on streaming. So, yeah, if you guys did like our review, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure you
Yes.
guys are subscribing. If you guys have seen this movie, what did you guys think about it in the comments below? Did you guys like what we talked about? Did we miss anything, guys? All right. Till next time, I'm gone. I'm David.
And I'm Laura.
Say peace, guys. Till next time.
Peace.